mentally math!
Let's get mental! That actually sounded more enthusiastic.
Alright. Lesson 61. Area of a parallelogram, excuse me, and angles of a parallelogram. I'll give you a few minutes to get out ahead of me. Okay. Well, let's see. I'll give about 15 more seconds.
There's no estimation.
Mm-hmm.
No, they haven't done it for a while.
They have not done that for a while. Like I said, they're leading us into a false sense of security.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day they're just gonna.
Then one day they're just gonna start nailing people with it again, and everyone's gonna be like, "No, I tried to do it exactly the way it's up there."
It was funny.
Oh, I know, it's great. I was looking forward to that every day. What?
I forgot how much meters is 1 kilometer.
Ah, well, kilo means 1,000
Oh.
for everything. So always think kilo is 1,000 of the
I
unit.
think we're gonna have another estimation for a while.
Well, we'll see.
know.
Are you looking ahead?
Yeah.
Okay, well, those are pretty simple as long as you actually do the estimation. All right, so for decimals, we can think of this as 5 times 46, or 200 plus 30, otherwise known as 230. Then, really, this one is just dividing by 10. Or it's 2 4/10 times 1/10. So it's just one boingy to the left. So 2400ths.
Wait, so 10 to the power of -1 is just 10 divided by 10?
Yeah, 10 to the power of -1 is just 1/10.
Oh, one.
Otherwise known as 1/10. So yeah, this is just 2 4/10 times 1/10.
Okay.
Which is just one boingy to the left, 2400ths. Then, looking at this, you could just mentally math the ratios. I actually did it by doing cross-multiplicative goodness in my head of it's 8 divided by 240. Or no, 240 divided by 8, excuse me. So then that would be 30. Yeah.
I did it like, if 12 eighths is basically 1.5. So what is one and a half as with the denominator?
That is definitely the other way to do it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Then, as mentioned, there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. And so it would be 1,500 meters. Then this one is 9 minus 8. 1. And then this one is 30 cents times 7. $2.10. Then, oh boy, what type of triangle has the 3 equal sides? Everybody, 1, 2, 3, an equilateral triangle.
I spelled that wrong. Does that count?
Equilateral.
Oh.
Try to go.
I thought it was equilateral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Equilateral. I did equilateral.
Yeah, well, because you want to put the word equal into it, but it's equilateral.
Sounds like a porcupine.
Okay, good talk. All right, so the total cost of an item's 6% of the sales tax. So you could really think of this as 6/10 times 2.
But can 6 times be reduced?
Or you could think of this in terms of 1%. Yeah, maybe think of it as 1% of it would be 20 cents. So 20 cents times 6.
Oh.
So the sales tax would be $1.20. So this would be $21.20. It doesn't look like it could be mental math just looking at it, but there are ways to go about it. Like figuring out what 1% would be and times it by 6.
What? How would you do it?
Huh? Well, just. Oh, how would I do it? 1%. Think of what 1% is and times it by 6. I think the easiest way is 1% times 6.
What's 1%?
In my opinion. Well, 1% of $20 would be 20 cents. Yeah. So it looks a little trickier than it is. Okay. So today's lesson is very short, and I think it's probably very reviewy.
Very short. I checked.
But you do need to you do need to remember the one important rule for getting the area of a parallelogram. So parallelogram park, very creatively named. Oh, did you have a question?
Yeah.
What's up?
I think I missed the math test.
We will have you take that today.
Yeah.
All right. So there should be quite a bit of time since this lesson is so short.
It's rated, right?
It will be graded. Okay, moving along. We have a lesson to do right now. Parallelogram Park is a small park in town with the dimensions shown.
That is small. Yeah.
Find the perimeter of the park and the area. So the perimeter, I will give you a moment to do that, because you'd better be able to get the perimeter. Oh boy, that's. I mean, you're going to give 2 deep breaths here, and you should definitely be done with that. It's really just mental math.
Advanced calculation.
Yeah, not exactly advanced calculation, is it?
Because I usually try to make it like do every single step, but there's not that many steps.
There's not really a lot. You can even skip. You can even skip the first step by just doubling. By just knowing that you double each side, so it's just 160 plus 100 is 260 yards. Ta-da! Okay, great.
It's exactly 2 deep breaths.
Yeah, that really 2 deep breaths was way too long. Okay, then yes.
When you find area, do you multiply the base and the height?
Yeah, so that's the rule here that we need to remember. Think of it as the same kind of rule as for triangles.
But you don't divide by 2.
But you definitely do not divide by 2. So yeah. Make sure you remember this though. For getting the area, you ignore that. You use the height. So in that case, it is just 80 yards times 40 yards. That's it. No, that's the area. We just did the perimeter.
That's just 60 yards.
Right, so then that's just 8 times 4 is 32. We've got 2 zeros in there, so we'll just bring those over. I'll even, I know that looks like a 6. And then I'll even give it a comma there. And then we'll call these squids. Square yards? Squids? Squids! 3,200 squids.
But, Mr. Patrick, if that 40 yards was not there, how would you find the
You have to know that. That is important information. I'm sure there would actually be a way of calculating that if you knew the angles, but you don't. So yeah, you have to have the information of the height, or have information that can lead you to getting the information on the height. Okay, that's all there is to that. And then this is also pretty simple. Is a parallelogram A, B, C, D. The measure of angle D is 110 degrees. Find the measures of angle A, B, and C in the parallelogram. And so with any quadrilateral, hi, can I help you? Oh, sure, thank you.
And the writing is 4 pages because it's Monday and Tuesday school.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And so with any kind of shape, what do all the angles have to add up to? Like whether it's a triangle, a quadrilateral, or anything else, Amanda? 360 degrees. Okay, so that's
360 for a triangle.
right. And for that, and for
Is it because
a hexagon?
because a triangle would be half of a square or a rectangle, and then afterwards that means that the amount of degrees that it would be an entire triangle would be half of that.
Well, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to say all of the angles in any shape will need to add up to 360 degrees. So it's same thing for a pentagon or a hexagon.
So,
Or...
here, in all shapes, I believe the vertical angles are have equivalent measures.
Right, and okay, very good. You just got our first step. So here I'm gonna put our 360 here just to have that chillin'. So we know that they all have to add up to that. Now the next bit of information we had, as our friend here told us, is one thing that we also know is that this angle and this angle have to be the same. So this one's also 110 degrees.
So do you add them, divide by 2, and then divide that by 2?
Yes, you are 1000% correct. That's very correct. So we also know that these angles have to be the same. So as our friend back there mentioned, is first thing that we can do is we can add these two together to figure out what's left on these corners. So that would be 220. I'll give me little degree signs just to be cool. And we would subtract these to figure out what's left over. So that gets us 140 degrees left over. And then, and so we know that these two added together are 140, and they are the same, so we divide by 2 to get our 70 degrees. And so now we have the rest of our information, is that this one is 70 degrees, and this one is also 70 degrees, and that's today's lesson, kids! Oh, okay, well, we do have a question. Yes?
Doesn't all the angles in a triangle equal 180 degrees?
Oh, right, because that is half of. Oh, that's what you were saying, wasn't it? That yeah, because that is half of one of these shapes. Yes. Okay.
But all the other ones are 360.
Uh-huh.